in drug use and eventually unsafe sexual practices.
We're meeting with Adam Blaker for a little more information on homosexualities and addiction. A friend of mine, somebody I've been through this program with, somebody that I continue to get sober with. I rely on him for support, he relies on me for support. That's kind of what this program is all about. It's kind of what recovery is all about, finding a support group. And yeah, you know, I think since the last time we did this little documentary, I turned 12, so I'm 12 years sober now. But anyway, let's go inside and interview Adam.
Delicious.
I'll tell you this, I don't believe that pot is the gateway drug. I think alcohol is the real gateway drug here. So, alcohol is what got me to do everything else. Started drinking, then started smoking a little pot, a little cocaine, a little ecstasy, then a lot of cocaine, a lot of alcohol. And one particular weekend, I started with a glass of red wine. You know, slowly but surely, like, my life became unmanageable, like, piece by piece because of my drinking. In 2002, in December, I got a DUI. So I jumped a median and got pulled over and went to jail. It was like one of the worst nights of my life. And at that point, I realized, gosh, you know what? I'm on academic probation in college. You know, I had all this credit card debt. You know, my relationships were suffering. My health was suffering because I was sick all the time, and now I have a police record. So I connected the dots, and the least common denominator behind all of these problems was my uncontrollable alcohol consumption. So the DUI got the ball rolling. I had to go to a few meetings. I really related to what people had to say at meetings, but I didn't think I was that bad. I thought I could just stop on my own. And I did for a month. It was fine. I just didn't change anything, and I just went to the same parties, hung around the same people. And then I thought maybe if I just drank and didn't do cocaine, everything would be fine. So I had a drink, and then I called my dealer, which happened to be my uncle, and I got high and had a great time. Then 2 weeks later, a glass of red wine took me to like a 3-day bender. Because once I started, I don't want to stop. So I thought I was going to die that weekend, and I realized I never wanted to feel like that again. And you know, I heard someone say once at a meeting, in that 30 days that I spent going to meetings because of my DUI, I heard someone say that it was a progressive disease, that it just keeps getting worse. And so here I was, you know, like thinking I had the disease kicked, and you know, not more than 2 weeks after I did 30 days without a problem, I was worse than I'd ever been before. So I realized that they were right, and I said, this is it, I'm done. March 23rd, 2003, I gave it up. Best thing I ever did for myself. A lot of the guys that I've sponsored or that I've sort of mentored through this program have had major addictions with crystal meth. So crystal meth seems to be a big problem in the gay community. I mean, it's a problem in general, but I definitely think it's the ideal gay drug because you can stay up all night and dance and party, and you don't eat, and you can have tons of sex. So stay thin, have sex, and party. Yeah, I think crystal's definitely a huge problem in the gay community. And also, you know, like other drugs, but especially crystal, really it lowers your inhibitions in it, and it does something to you sexually where it sort of, you know, I feel like that a lot of new HIV infections are spread through, you know, drug and alcohol, specifically crystal meth abuse and use. I also think there's like a lot of, and this might be true with straight people too, but I think that there's a lot of when talking about addiction, I think that a lot of gay men drink or use drugs over sexual issues because
Relationships.
I think, yeah, relationships more. I think a lot of, you know, I think we grew up thinking that being gay is wrong, and so like having man-on-man sex is somehow, you know, or in some way wrong or dirty, or and I think that sometimes in order to like make that okay, or to sort of not feel guilty, a lot of gay men drink and use to have sex. And I think that's how it can get out of hand. So you know, when you stop drinking and if you still have issues about being gay, I think it's, you know, it's definitely when they come to the forefront. So, I know I had my own issues with being gay. I mean, I tried to date girls until I was 20.
Did you want to comment on that? I mean, if you're out there using, you're not done till you're done. People don't get clean until they're done, man. It's like everybody. I didn't lose my job and, you know, my family and all the, you know, I didn't lose my house and all those things to get sober. I lost myself. You know, it's like there was a dark black hole inside of me. And I woke up one day and I was, you know, spiritually bankrupt. You know, that was my bottom. You know, it's but that's not everybody's story. You know, everybody gets here from a different avenue. We have the same feelings. That's what keeps this program going, is you have the same thoughts and the same feelings, and you go to a meeting. People have the misconception of when you get clean that once you get sober, they'll say to me, you know, or to Adam, you know, well, you've been sober for, you know, umpteen number of years or whatever. Why are you still going to meetings? Well, it's like, because that's the medication, you know what I mean? It's like a diabetic taking an insulin shot. You know, going to a meeting is what we do, you know what I mean? You go there, you associate with people that have the same disease as you. It's a mental as well as physical disease.